Hello, let's look how do we send the data to Google Sheets in a split format. That is, if we want to generate an invoice, then we want to send one data here, another here, payment status, maybe invoice number. We want to send a received from would probably remain the same, but you might want to change the bill to their phone number, their GST number, and so on and so forth. So, how do you send the data to split cells? Click on Start Edit Workflow, search for data, and you should see PDF Maker Pro, data to sheet, auth method, and normal method. The only difference between both of this is here in the auth method, which we recommend to use, we have authorization. In the normal method, we don't have that, right? uh, we would suggest to use this only for testing and not in real cases, because you will have to share your Google Sheets with us at support@red7.com as editor, and we will always have access to the data. So just to be on the safer side, use the auth method, which means you are running the scripts entirely from your account. So we will look at this. Everything remains same, only that you don't have to give the auth details here. So here you give bearer and then the access token, which I have already copied. We have already created a video explaining how do we get the authorization tokens. Please watch it if you have not yet done it. So spreadsheet ID is this one. Tab name is the sheet name. Give this. Sheet range in split cell method would be separate cells that we want to send the data to. So if you want to send the data to F2, F3, and F4, then we'll have to include them here, F2, F3, F4, comma. We also want to send the invoice number to C6 if there is merged cells, that is combining multiple cells together, then it will take the first column and the first row of that merged cell. So in this case it is C6. So we'll include C6, comma, we want to send the company name, bill to company name, E10, then F11 and F12. So include E10, F11 and F12. Now the data also needs to be separated by a comma. So what is F2? F2 we are talking about the issue date, right? So let's assume that we are telling the issue date is today. So current date and time. We'll have to format it as text, which does not have a comma in it. Or if you want to have comma, then I'll also explain what needs to be done there. So put custom and put ds mmm yy, then put a comma. Payment date, let's say we want to give a payment date after 5 days from today. Current date and time plus days 5. Again say format as ds ds m. Here I'll have to make this as capital yes. And then we have the status, which can be unpaid, partially paid, like whatever you want to include. Then we want to send the invoice number here. Invoice number 345, comma. Then we want to send the to company, its phone number and tax number. So to company can be XYZ PVT Ltd, comma, phone number, comma, some tax number, right? So here in this case, for the date, I've also included a comma. If you observe, each comma will tell the plugin that this is a different data. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cells that we are sending the data. We have 1, this is 2, then we have 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, and the last one is 7. But in the second data that we are sending, we are also including a comma in the date format that we have done. This will split this data into 2 again. So what do we have to do is, once this is done, do a find and replace and put comma, double at, and in the pattern here put double at. So how does this work? I'll explain. So when we are sending the data, this particular data will be replaced with, the comma in this particular data will be replaced with double at. And once the data is put in the Google Sheets in a particular cell, we will replace that double at with comma again. So this will send the data to Google Sheets in split cells format. Let's look at it. I'll go here. We'll be testing this particular button. Just before we test this, let's go ahead here and clear this manually. You can automatically clear this using a workflow using our clear sheet method. We have already created a recording for that as well. So let me click on this. Let's go here and see if the data is coming in. So it's already come here. This is how simple you can send the data in split cells using our plugin. I hope this helps. If you have any questions or if you have any suggestions, please feel free to contact us at support@red7.com. Thank you. Have a nice day.